This video introduces a simple timeline of development from birth to 18 months in 3 categories: gross motor, hand control, and hand-eye coordination. It also offers tips on what materials you can offer the child to support development by age and stage. The content presented here is based on information from the Montessori Foundation Scope and Sequence from Infant to 3 and the book Montessori from the Start by Paula Polk-Lillard and Lynn Lillard-Jessen. Now onto the timeline. First, a note about the format. On the left side column, you'll see milestones. The top row notes gross motor milestones, and the bottom row notes milestones related to hand control and hand-eye coordination, all listed in the order which they tend to occur. Again, this list has only 2 categories, and things like language and sensory development aren't included here. In the right column are the materials you can provide to support the development of these milestones. The first 3 months, and especially the symbiotic period of the first 8 weeks, are some of the most important. Most of the time will be spent spending skin-to-skin time with baby, and inwardly a lot will be going on that is too much to cover here. Outwardly, you can expect to see baby lift his head while being held, then raise his head while on stomach, stretch and kick his legs, open and close his hand, involuntarily grasp fingers, observe his own hands, and swipe objects. You can support this age and stage with a topmancino, a soft thin pad with your comforting scent to carry and transport your baby. You can have a movement area, black and white picture cards, a mobile hanger or activity gym, black and white mobile like the Munari mobile, and then a primary colors mobile. Three to 6 months is when you can expect baby to begin attempting flipping over, begin to roll both ways, push up on extended arms, and scoot along the floor using arms and legs. He also uses his whole hand in a raking grasp and purposefully manipulates objects. Support this age and stage with a movement mat or quilt on the ground, grasping rattles and objects for manipulating, the Gobi mobile and the bell on a ribbon for batting, the ring on a ribbon for grasping, and the beautiful dancers mobile for color discrimination and visual tracking. You can also introduce treasure baskets at this age. Display items on a low shelf. Many people also include a full-length mirror in the movement area. Six to 9 months is when most babies can roll from back to front and front to back, sit supported and then unsupported, go from sitting to crawling and vice versa without assistance, crawl forward on the belly and then on hands and knees, stand with support, and support whole weight on legs. This is also when they start to reach with one hand to grasp, transfer objects from hand to hand, grasp and release objects, and clap. Support their independence with the floor mat and movement area, pull-up bar or ottoman, and pillow for supported sitting. Babies at this age tend to enjoy putting objects in containers and removing them. Introduce a ball and cup, egg and cup, palmar grasping block, rolling ball cylinder, and a rolling drum. Also introduce the weaning table and chair and a small weaning set including a spoon, bowl, and cup. You can also use a folding floor tray instead of a chair and table. 9 to 12 months is when you can expect baby to walk with assistance, pull himself up to a kneeling position, then a standing one, walk along furniture or pull-up bar, stand upright without support, and roll a ball to someone else. This is when he also practices the pincer grip, pokes and points with the index finger, and holds large objects with both arms. Support this age and stage with an object permanence box with tray, then with drawer, the imbukari boxes with different shaped holes at the top, the imbukari box with a coin slot and drawer or flip lid, and the imbukari board with a knit ball so the child can practice novel wrist movements. Also introduce the colored peg imbukari board, single-shaped puzzles, multi-shape and size puzzles, ball ramp and push ball boxes, wide ring stacker, and materials for practicing pincer grip. This is also when you can consider offering materials for self-care, like a toothbrush, comb, shoes, and slippers, and you can begin involving your child in practical life activities around the home.
Yay!
12 to 18 months is another exciting time. This is when most children begin to walk independently, walk carrying large objects, exert maximum effort while carrying a large object, run stiffly, and attempt to kick a ball. This is when their work with hands becomes more refined. They use both hands to work together, often for purposeful work. Many children at this age like to dump, pour, and transfer. Many begin to imitate scribbling. Support their gross motor development with large objects to carry or kick. This is also a good time to introduce the Pickler climbing triangle. Introduce the various discs on dowels in the order shown here. You can also introduce the different shapes on pegs, box with bins, blocks for stacking, and wooden nuts and bolts. Prepare their environment with a toddler dressing and potty area, stools for reaching, sinks and countertops, a food prep area, and anything that helps your child adapt to life in your home. Many Montessori materials have multiple objectives that overlap across and integrate several categories, which make it hard to fit into a chart. The scope and sequence presented in this video is only an unofficial guide for parents to use at home. Modify your approach as needed. Please note that the following timeline does not cover sensory development, language, music, art, social emotional awareness, nature, and more. Consider the timeline a simplified guide for parents who want to do Montessori at home. Subscribe to our channel and hit the bell to receive notifications of new videos.